Hello everybody, this is Zuri. Welcome back to the channel. So in today's art lesson, we're going to be doing another underwater scene drawing. And this is going to be a drawing where we're going to have a scuba diver. He's going to be under the water having some fun with a whale. So let's get started. Alright, as always, I'm going to be drawing in my grid, and then I'm going to be drawing in a shape that's similar to like a circle but not a circle, and this is going to represent where I want my drawing to be. Alright, so let's get started on the drawing. So first, we're going to just put in the outline of the subjects, saving details for later. We're going to start with the whale first, and then I'm going to draw in the rocks at the bottom, and then I'm going to put in the scuba diver for last. This is the part where I start to add in the details, shape out the drawing, really starting to finalize how I want it to be. I'm starting to shape out the scuba diver right here. Now I struggle a little bit at first to get him how I want him to be, but later on in the video when I start coloring around him, you will see that I end up kind of getting him shaped how I want him to be. So yeah. Alright, so we have come to my favorite part of the video, which is the coloring portion. Don't get me wrong, I love the drawing, but color is what brings the drawing to life. So I'm going to start by first putting in the background. The first color I'm using here is aqua green. My middle color is going to be light blue, and then my final color, or the bottom color, is going to be sky blue. Taking the 3 colors that I use for my background, I'm going to now go in and fill in any type of holes and gaps in the scenery, and then I'm going to also make a more better, smoother transition between each color. I'm going to use slate gray to line up the rocks at the bottom, and then I'm going to come back in with regular gray to fill in. Using just a regular black marker, I'm going to line in the corals and reefs at the bottom of the ocean, and then line up the whale, and then fill in the scuba diver. As you can see, I am cleaning up around my scuba diver, just shaping him out how I want him to be. And then I'm going to take a basic yellow, use it as a liner to line around my reefs and corals, and also to line around the scuba diver. Aqua green is going to be the color of the reefs, and then I'm going to take a basic blue to start coloring in the top portion of the whale. While that is drying, I'm going to go back in with a regular yellow and add some highlights at the top of the back scenery to give that feel that light or the sunlight is shining through from the top onto the surface of the water. Alright, so let's get this whale color on in. I'm going to be using various of colors. So the first color I'm going to use for the bottom half of the whale is going to be emerald green. And then I'm going to jump back up to the top of the whale, and I'm going to use light blue as my middle color. And then I'm going to jump back at the bottom of the whale, and my middle color is going to be aqua green. And if you're not aware, while I'm doing this, I'm trying to allow the colors to dry in between. I'm going to take two variations of grays here. One is a slate gray and the other one is a regular gray. The slate gray I'm going to use as my bottom color for my bubbles, and I'm going to take the regular gray to help kind of build up my scuba diver, also to add some color variation to the whale, also to bring out his eyes, and then top it off with the bubbles. Okay, so to tie everything together for the end of the coloring process, I'm going to take three colors to do this. I'm going to take two variations of white. One is going to be a little bit more translucent, the other one is not. And then I'm going to take a beige. The beige I'm going to use as my top color to bring out the rocks. And then I'm going to take my two whites and use them on my bubbles, on the whale, and on the scuba diver to bring it out. All right, everybody, that is the end result. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. If you follow along or if you just watch, I will see you all in the next tutorial. Take care. Bye-bye.